Hi, today I'm explaining about other tools in Illustrator. Okay, here yesterday we already discussed about these tools, this puppet wrap tool and a free transform tool. Okay, then here the shape builder tool, live paint bucket tool, and live paint selection tool. Okay, and now today we are going to see this perspective grid tool and perspective selection tool. Okay, so these are the tools we are using. So before that we have to understand some information, some theory about perspective. Actually in our course curriculum we have perspective subject, that is very important. So perspective is actually it creates a three-dimensional shape for the two-dimensional shapes. Okay, suppose on paper, on a flat surface of 2D paper, we create three-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional drawings. Okay, so we create 3D depth to the 2D drawing. Okay, for example, for the understanding purpose here I'm using these reference images. Okay, but you also have to do all these things in perspective drawing. Okay, I'll explain this in classroom. Okay, for timing, for understanding purpose, I'm explaining roughly. Yeah, suppose actually what is perspective? Perspective means what? From all the objects in naturally, all the objects, the closer objects can appear bigger than the distance objects. Okay, so any objects, suppose your chair or your electrical pole or whatever the object closer to you, that can be very bigger, and far away all the other telephone poles or otherwise electrical poles, the far away objects are very smaller comparing with your the closer objects. So it is creating the illusion, the eye is creating that illusion. Okay, the same way, and all the objects in nature can appear the same. Okay, so that kind of illusion is called the perspectiveness. So perspective create the three dimension also. Suppose actually here I'm explaining something. Suppose this is a simple drawing of 1 point perspective. Okay, actually in perspective we have 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and 3 point perspective. Okay, so 4 point also there, but usually the 1 point, 2 point, 3 point is generally we use, because more than that the illusion we can't create that illusion, because we cannot see the 4 point and 5 point and 6 point. So for the understanding purpose we do those, but 1 point, 2 point, 3 point are the widely commercially we use. Okay, yes, here if you observe here, see this is 2D shape, 2D drawing. 2D drawing means what? 2D and 3D, the difference between 2D and 3D. 2D has x means width and the y has, okay, x and y is having 2 dimensions. So x is, suppose here it is x, so this is x width, okay, and this is y height. Okay, and again this is width and this is height. Okay, this rectangular, this shape is 2D shape. By adding these, see this is this line, this line, by adding these lines, this is called depth, z. Okay, so total we have x, y and z. By adding this z, this z, this z, okay, so we are creating 3D depth for this 2D shape. Okay, so the adding 3Dness, that is called the perspective. And these the depth lines, z-axis line, somewhere they are meeting. See there, if you extend these lines, if you extend this line, somewhere they are meeting. Okay, so there it is creating a point like, okay, that illusion, it is creating the point like. So that is a VP, shortcut of vanishing point. this is the vanishing point. Okay, the same thing here for this box also is creating the same. Okay, suppose this is the 2D box square. Okay. This is x width and this is y, and these parallel lines, these lines are, see, the z axis, z lines. So these are called what? All the these lines is going to meet at that vanishing point. Okay, so these lines are called converging lines. From these edges, the converging these lines, okay, and meeting somewhere, and all the lines, all the converging lines are meeting somewhere, and it's creating a vanishness. Okay, at the point that is called vanishing point or VP. Okay, in the same way here also, the difference between these two are, see here, the one more important line is there. Here there is a black line, this is called horizontal line. Okay, so or I line, this is the I line or horizontal line. You can place anywhere on the horizontal line. Suppose, see, here you are placing just below the I line. This is your I line. I lines means what? You can sit or stand. Okay, your eye level, without lifting your head up or down. If you see equally on line, here line is imaginary line. There will be a no line actually. Okay, your eye without moving up and down gradually horizontally, if you see horizontally, okay, so there will be look like a line. Okay, that is imaginary illusion line, so that is called that horizontal line. Okay, so just below the line, if you draw anything, suppose this is your line, this is your line, horizontal line, just below the line, suppose you did these are here, you draw trees, buildings, whatever, just below that, all under there is a below eye line we are doing. Okay, that is called what? Below eye line. Okay, and you draw what are the things above the eye line, that is called above eye line, and this is below eye line. Okay, naturally in nature we observe all the surroundings, buildings, what are the trees and all the elements. Okay, in the three angles, suppose below eye level and above eye level, and sometimes exactly on eye level also we can see the objects. So suppose if you draw here one more object here, so we cannot see this roof or this bottom. So exactly the same shape, that horizontal, that is the square shape only we can feel. There will be no the bottom or the top lines we cannot see. Okay, so naturally all the objects in nature we observe in three camera angles. So above eye line, below eye line, and exactly on eye line. Okay, so these are the basic things. So we have to observe here eye line or horizontal line, and the vanishing point is there. Okay, and this is converging lines. These lines are meeting at vanishing point. Okay, and here this is the simple drawing. Suppose if you apply in a real-time picture, so here this is again your vanishing point. From vanishing point created here footpath, the both side footpath. Of course these are converging lines and acting as converging lines, and footpath also. Okay, and suppose there is a blue line showing here, just below the blue line, everything what you did here, everything is below the eye line. Here the building also, suppose see, just above the your horizontal line or eye line, building is there. It is at the eye level, above the eye level, and few building parts cut down, just below the eye line, and few major part extend up to above the eye line. So naturally we can place all the things on the eye line, above the eye line, and below the eye line. Okay, and here the other parts, okay, other elements. Okay, so this you can decorate anything. Here this side also buildings, and suppose here road and buses and the characters, humans, and whatever the as per your idea, story in character, your visualization, you can place all the things. Okay, so that is the one point perspective, because here only one point we are observing. Okay, so here only one point is observing, but if you take, there is another point that's called 2-point perspective. If you see there, this is 1 point and this is another point, 2 point. Okay, so 2 point. Okay, otherwise everything, other things are same. Okay, suppose here, see, the eye line is common, this is a dark line, this is dark line, eye line is in common, and above the eye line things placed. Okay, and just below the eye line objects placed. Okay, and suppose here the 2-point perspective, the height, that y must be straight line. Okay, in 90 degrees you have to draw your height. Okay, now means y. Okay, and x and z, the both are falling on 2 eye lines. So, suppose here this is only the y height, and this x is showing connecting to this vanishing point, and z is connecting to other vanishing point, the slanting there, dragging to both vanishing points. Okay, so here so these are the lines, many the clumsy lines are showing here. These are all your same converging lines. So like your 1-point perspective, these are the converging lines. So the converging lines, so common. Okay, so converging to the vanishing point for the both side. Okay, right. Suppose the here the same 2-point perspective in detail in a real-time picture, if you want to mention. So this is the 2-point perspective, and here showing 1 point and here the other point, and this is the height y, and this side, the other sides are dragging at 1 point. This is suppose z, and suppose this is side x, the x, y and z. Okay, so you can add more details if you want. Suppose there are a simplified design is here, and you can place trees, whatever the greenery, and all the cars, vehicles, the traffic. Okay, yes, yeah. Then again, the same way we have the 3-point perspective. In this point, okay, in this point, 3 vanishing points we are using. So if you observe there, it is very similar to 2-point, but it is bit extend of 2-point. 3-point is really, it is bit extend of 2-point, because the same here, the 2 points are there, both left and right side. So, and another one more point is creating the depth. Okay, so this is your horizontal line. Horizontal line means your eye line. So just below the eye line everything placed. So here creating depth. Okay, so that means the camera is here, the character, suppose the Spider-Man and Superman is sitting the edge of this building. Okay, and the camera falling down. Okay, suppose here the camera is there. Okay, horizontal line we are taking there because it is creating depth. If you change this pointer, if you place there exactly here, that is, yeah, suppose see, here your eye line is here, your eye line is here, that is the reason the huge height it is created. Okay, see the difference. Horizontal line is there and the huge depth creating here, and here your eye line is here, not there. Here it is eye line, and your vanishing point to there. Okay, third point to, and this is 1.2 point, and this is 3 point. Okay, so it's a detailed drawing. Generally these 1 2 3 points we use in all the storyboards, character designs, and all the gaming side, digital painting we use. If you want to be a good creative person, particularly in the storyboarding side, or in a layout designer, if you want to be, you must know how to draw perspective manually. So if you understand manually, that digitally it is very easy. Okay, so these are the brief understanding purpose. Okay? Yes, suppose in Illustrator how to use this. So there is a one more file I'll take. Okay, so in tools category, here we have this perspective grid tool and perspective selection tool is there. Okay, suppose you click on that. Click on that, default it is showing, Illustrator is showing 2-point perspective. Just now we observed this. If you see there the 2-point perspective. Okay, the same thing here it is showing. Suppose this is one vanishing point, this is two vanishing point. Okay, X, and this is Y, and this is Z. Okay, and here the green line, this is showing what, this is your eye line or horizontal line. Okay, this building, like this building, suppose the wireframe showing what, half of the building placed on above eye line and half of that placed in below eye line, and this is the surface grid. Okay, the plane. Okay, so these points you can move, suppose how you want, but manually if you draw manually, we have to draw all this manually by, okay, suppose I can place here. So suppose you can drag these points so anywhere. Suppose I'm placing here only for time being. Okay, and these are the grids. Okay, you can combine them, and suppose you can increase and decrease the plane. Suppose this is I want, yes, I'm the above below eye line I'm reducing here. See here, this is what, just on the eye line, exactly it is on the eye line. Okay, because it is exactly on the eye line, I'm moving this just below the eye line. That's it I want to. Yes. Okay, yeah, this is. And suppose here from view perspective grids, these are the 1-point perspective, okay, and 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. Suppose if we click there, we'll understand all these things. For that I'll create one more thing. Yes, okay. One-point perspective. Yes, see, as a 1-point perspective, there is only 1 point. Okay, and here it is showing, see, this and this connecting one line. This is what, horizontal line or eye line, and this line is height of the object, whatever building or any box or whatever. Okay, so this is placed below the eye line and over the eye line. Okay, suppose here if you draw anything, so it can be placed on that. So okay, I'll explain all these things. Okay, and this is the plane. The same way, suppose I'll delete this. In the same way, okay, from view again, perspective grid, already 2-point perspective I explained, and suppose 3-point. See the 3-point perspective placed here. So already there are 2 points. These are the 2 points, and this is another point. See here, this means what? It is creating the depth. Yes, can be more down. Okay, and this is your eye line or horizontal line. Okay, just below the eye line this is constructed. Okay, anyway, so I'm deleting this. Yes, suppose here if you want to place anything on that, so easily you can place. Suppose see, there there is a icon showing the like box like. Okay, this is very very important. So showing the left side, right side, and the bottom. Of course the bottom also we can use as a top also. Okay, so if you want to place anything, suppose in the perspective grid, if you want to place anything in the left side, okay, before placing the left side we have to choose this box at a blue. Okay, otherwise if you want to place right side of the grid anything, just before that you have to click on this right side. The same way you can click the bottom if you want to place anything on bottom, or otherwise the same thing you can apply for the top portion also. Suppose by taking this perspective selection tool, just click on that, and suppose here you click there. Okay, and here click on the rectangle tool. Okay, and suppose you draw. Okay, suppose I'll apply the color. Okay, I applied the color, and now what I want to do, I want to apply this side. That means what? Click on that side. Okay, and again use this rectangle tool, and here now I'm placing this. Fantastic, but I want to change it some bit lighter. Yes. Okay, right now I want to add the thickness of this. Okay, so for that just click on here. Okay, and click on this. See this, you can place down, suppose here. Okay, but this it must be in shadow. Yes, shadow, and this layer must go outside. So this you can drag and drop that. Yes, went other side. Okay, right. And now I want to make one more building here. So click here and draw this. Suppose here I want to make one building. Yes, one building. Okay, and suppose I want to add the thickness of that. So for that, again click here and suppose click there and drag this. Okay, so perfect. But this I want to change this color, so I don't want that. Okay, and this also I want to change colors. Suppose the red I use shady. Okay, that's it. But here this is the front of this building. Okay, so what I'll do here, you can drag this pointer here. Okay, and you can drag this point there. Okay, so nice perspective, excellent. So we're understanding what behind this red building this blue portion is there. Okay, now you can place other things. So what I'll do here, I construct there, because outside the artboard I'm not doing anything. Sphere, suppose here you can draw and change color first, then we'll understand. Yeah, I get yellowish. Okay, so then click here and draw this, and suppose I'm doing this one, make it outside. Yes. Okay, and now click here. Okay, and use this tool. Yes, yes, but change color. Okay, and you can suppose can move this behind this. Okay, behind this, and you can move these points. So that means what? It is behind the blue building. And here I want to extend more. Yes. Okay, this is now try to add some surface. So for that I'm clicking on the bottom portion, and here I use some dark, yes, this I use. Okay, and click on there and use this tool. See, Control Z. I use there. Okay. Okay, this layer wise you can place behind that. Okay, so right, fantastic. Okay, now here we are making another one. Suppose here, click there, can connect there. Okay, so you can connect there. Yeah, anyway, it is gone outside the art border. Okay, so this is, and you can extend this also, because you have a space, white space more, you can extend. Okay, fantastic. And this also we can extend otherwise. See this? So you can move up to here. So we fill the entire the paper. Okay, so this is nice. The same way we can place anything on that. Okay, so this also, this can, yes, I want to fill this, the whole thing. Okay, so yeah, this is. Okay, now you can whatever the, suppose give the text. Suppose here I'm using some text. So fill with the Okay, so the word it is the perspective, and you can give the boldness for that. Okay, and now what I'm doing, I want to place here, this side. Okay, and you can drag this onto the surface wall and make it a bigger size. Okay, excellent. See, on that wall I created the text perspective. Suppose here and to give some depth, like I'll try to use 3D extrude. I'll check with that how it looks. No, it is taking their own way. Just make it cancel. You can move this also. Okay, make cancel. Okay, here I want to give suppose style is drab shadow. Yeah, this is nice. And but here the values, I don't want these values. Suppose make it 1, and here also 1. Okay, the blurriness I don't want, so 0. Okay, so this is interesting. Suppose here make it 2. Yes, this is nice. Okay, because the black shade I'm using. Okay, excellent. So see, anything it will take time. If you continue this, it will take time. So you can create the trees and all, and here the humans and cars and buses, it is going. Okay, so here I'm using one rectangle box. So now this. I want okay, here first what I'll do, I want to remove all outlines. Suppose 1 select and remove the outlines, because with outlines it's looking hard. Okay, I deleted all the outlines. Okay, so now what I'm doing, right click and make grouped. Okay, and now I want to delete this, just you can delete this. And what I want to do, so already this is grouped, make it bit smaller. Okay, now what I'm doing, so here I'm giving one background like this. You can arrange layer down. Okay, yes. No, this must be more darker because I want shade of that. Yes, this is nice. Lock this. Okay. Yeah. Now Control S. Okay. Perspective. Perspective drawing. Otherwise, perspective tools. So in Illustrator, so drawing in Illustrator and desktop. Yes. Okay, and here can export as JPEG. If you check this, you'll understand that. See, this is really nice, but here, yeah, because this is the plane. So whatever things if you want to place, you can place it. Okay, so right. Okay, so these are the information about these tools. Okay, so these are the perspective tool and perspective selection tool, perspective grid and perspective selection tools. Okay, so by clicking this, you will deselect that and come out from the perspective mode. Okay, so this is simple information about that. So you have to do manually all these things. Okay, I'll explain in classroom. Finally, we use this perspective tools in Illustrator and we made some drawing. Okay, so you also have to practice this. If you have any doubt, please ask. Okay, thank you.